Okay, audio test, testing 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1, test, test, test. Okay, let's see if this... Testing, testing. One, two, three. 3, 2, 1. Test, test, test. Hi everyone, we'll start in about another 3 or 4 minutes. Hi Carol. Yes, it's the new way, Carol. I'm broadcasting from the iPhone. This is all a bit hair raising. Yes, we won't, evening Dan, we won't be meditating in the park on Tuesday. Yes, I was wondering if it would come through. It's actually quite nice. And at least you know when I'm putting the mic on mute. Although I will have to do that from time to time. Have you booked in, Carol, for Tuesday? If you haven't, let me know and I'll send you the link. As a matter of fact, I could do that now through the wonders of the interwebs. No, I don't have it to hand. But if you just let me know And so that applies to all of the classes. We'll either yeah, I mean, you just let me know and I'll send you the link. Okay. Okay then. So might as well get started with tonight's information briefing, very brief information briefing, and then I've just got the details here for all of the things that are coming up, so I'll crack through them like a newsreader. Let me just turn down the audio. Evening, Matt. There we go. Right, so on Tuesday, Chantry Studios at 1:15. On Tuesday evening, I'm running a pilot from, that's to see if this technology also works with Zoom. And so that's a little bit more complicated because I need to run 2 Zoom sessions for reasons I won't go into. And also I'll be teaching in person, so I want to know what the experience is like. And that's 7 p.m. on Tuesday, so you can join that for free. Let me know and I'll send you the link. Then Thursday at the Mansion at 11 a.m. and then the first Saturday morning meditation class at Contingent Works in Bromley. That's at 10 a.m. What that means is you can come along, meditate, and then go and do your shopping, because of course shopping's a lot better when you're calm, right? Or alternatively, you could get your shopping in quick, bring it in with you, and then meditate to help you to calm down after doing the shopping. But you don't have to do shopping, right? You can just come along and meditate. So that's at 10 a.m. in the centre of Bromley. And the Mansion, first session on Sunday evening. This is totally exploratory. I've got no idea how popular it will be, but I think it'll be quite nice. So I've done a couple of gong baths in the evening at the Mansion, and that was a nice relaxing thing to do on a Sunday evening. Okay, so connection to nature. It's a practical thing, really, but well, there's 2 things. One is it's practical, and the other is it is a change of perception. The thing that made me realize that it's something that I can experience, and also made me realize that it's something that I can learn, is watching a movie called, a documentary film called Tawai, Tawai, and it's a documentary produced by Bruce Parry, who's a BBC documentary writer, and he also director and so on, and he did the Tribe series, where they went out and lived with various tribes. One of those tribes was the Penan people in Borneo, and so he was so affected. You can see that in the documentary. It's actually about him in a lot of ways. It's about his journey of recognizing that he's not separate. And I saw that, and I recognized it. And the word Tawai, the Penan people use it to refer to their connection to nature. And the way they perceive it is not that they're in nature, but that they are nature. So you're not in the forest, you are the forest. Evening, Caroline. Glad you made it. Let me just check that everybody has arrived and that I've got no emails saying I can't connect. Looks like we've all made it. And so, it's not as if I get up in the morning and I feel part of nature all day, but when I bring my mind to it, my recognition of my experience as an experience of nature has changed fundamentally, completely, totally beyond all recognition. And this is a very common thing for people that meditate a lot over a long period of time. Interestingly, one of the things that Bruce Parry does is he visits India and he goes to the Kumbh Mela, which is every 4 years. Well, they have one every year, but the biggie is every 4 years in India. And there's like 10 million people gather for this. And they walk there, most of them, from all over India. And so you've got this huge collection of humanity. But I think the recognition there that was so important for him is that being with other people is being in nature. We have this concept of separation from nature, which is it's absurd. It's absurd. Every breath you take, you're recycling energy with the natural world. The Sadhguru does this little exercise. He says, you think you're separate? Close your mouth, put your fingers here. Just stay like, if you're separate, you just stay like that. And so then people think, oh, it's just the air, but the air got there. It was the oxygen in the air is created by living beings. So we've got this deep connection, and it's not just the oxygen in the air, it's everything. Everything that we eat, everything that we do, the environment that we live in. We live in caves. Human beings are troglodytes. They feel safer in a cave because there's only one entrance, and you can hide at the back of the cave, so you can be in dark or you can be in light. And just look at a tower block, look at the most sophisticated homes that there are, 3D printed homes. It's a cave. Okay, so everything we eat, the environment that we live in, other human beings, everything is nature. So you are in it as much as the Penan people are. The only difference is that we've changed our natural environment. But ultimately you cannot get away from the chaotic element of nature. So you can't look out of a window without seeing, here's some chaos. So it's raining today. Nobody's able to predict that. It's part of the randomness of nature. The sun, the clouds, the sky, the air we breathe, the other human beings, everything around us that's created from the natural environment. Earth is a living organism. It's no more or less of a living organism than you are. We're 30 trillion cells. We are at least 100 trillion bacteria. Interestingly, we're about 1,000 trillion viruses. Take a look at the virome. In a cubic metre of air, there's about 1 million viruses. So where this is, and millions, hundreds of thousands at least, bacteria. So we're living in this organic soup, and we don't really understand, we don't really know how important we know how important the bacteria are. All of your digestion is done by bacteria. There are parts of your cells that are modified bacteria that have been captured by the cell. You know, there's no division, no separation. But the problem is our modern society teaches separation. You get an education, even you go to primary school, and they teach you that everything's made out of little bits of stuff that are all separate. Utter nonsense. Quantum field theory proves beyond the slightest shadow of a doubt that essentially that everything is energy, and what we believed to be little bits of stuff, disturbances in a field. That's the standard physicists' explanation of the nature of fundamental particles. They're not particles, they're waves of energy. So this is what the Hindus understand. It's all one. And this world is an illusion. But it's more of an illusion if we believe that we're separate. So, however, I can talk about that till I'm blue in the face, and I can talk about it till I'm, unfortunately, talk about it until I'm blue in the face. But it's far easier to show you. And the way to teach it through meditation is to become aware of all of these different elements of our experience, our emotions, our thoughts, the sensory experience of now, the movement of the present moment through time, and help us to give us permission to accept the new reality. Because it's as if there's a conflict between the clear and obvious reality of the present moment and the separateness that our culture instructs us is true. So it isn't that this is true and that's not true, it's that we can let go of the belief that we're all separate. And those permission statements, they're at the heart of the loving kindness meditation practices. We're giving ourselves permission to connect and to connect with ourselves. That's what self-compassion is, basically. So I'm aware that the audio drifted away a bit last night. It was the first training session with this particular technology and this wireless microphone. So I shall endeavour to keep my voice up. And so if you want to just get yourselves comfortable, and we can connect to the present moment. By allowing ourselves to become aware of the sound of the bell moving through time. And aware of the sensations in the body. coolness and warmth, comfort and discomfort, tiredness and alertness, tension and relaxation. And allow ourselves, give ourselves permission to become aware of the tension in the body, noticing it on the out breath. We do this because it's accessible. We can train ourselves reasonably easily to become aware of tension, and reasonably easily to allow ourselves to relax. And the way to do that is by allowing the mind to find the tension. The body-mind, the combination of the mind and the body work together, but it will only let you know where the tension is when you've learned to relax, because you have to prove to the body-mind that you can release that tension, which is why it's important to practice this. So you become aware of the tightness, check in all the usual places, back and sides of the neck, shoulders, the jaw, remembering that by placing the tongue gently up against the sharp part of the bottom teeth, you're able to relax the jaw. And by gently placing the first fingertip and the tip of the thumb in contact, so lightly that you could slide a cigarette paper between them, that helps you relax your hands. So these areas, like the hands, it takes us a while to even know that they're tight, they're tense, there's pressure, that it's a manifestation of stress. So if you're finding it difficult to get to sleep at night, just place your fingertip and thumb tip together, very, very gently. That's known as the chin mudra. And you just maintain that pressure very, very lightly, and that will help you drift off to sleep. the same way that we're noticing the out breath while we become aware of whatever tension there is in the body, we can do the same thing with any discomfort. So you can adjust your posture to make yourself more comfortable. But if the discomfort remains, might be an injury, maybe unwell, you might have chronic pain, whatever it happens to be, on the out breath, in the same way that you release tension, you're releasing the discomfort. Letting it go with the out breath. Same thing with tiredness. Just allowing it to drift away. The ideal posture, if you're sitting, is with elbows by the side, feet flat on the floor, head balanced comfortably on top of the spine. And you're allowing yourself to relax, allowing yourself to be calm, allowing your tiredness to drift away. Allowing your discomfort to drift away. And then noticing the breath. Noticing the breath rising with the movement of the belly. Noticing the breath falling. Gentle movement of the breath, the cycle, the rhythm of the breath. Belly rising, belly falling. noticing whatever it is that you can hear. Whatever sounds arise in your awareness. Noticing the progress of that sound through time. And whatever it is, ultimately it's a natural sound. If it's a human sound, humans are part of nature. Human makes a sound, it's a natural sound. Sound of the rain, sound of movement, sound of voices. Whatever you can smell, ultimately it's a natural smell. Whatever you can sense around you, what you're sensing is nature. So you're aware of the room you're in. You're aware of the space behind you, above you, to either side. And so we can focus on that space. We can let it into our awareness. The sense of being surrounded by space. We can focus on it as a point. So let's say in front of me. In front of me is the camera. And I can bring my attention to the space half between me and the camera. Above me is the ceiling. Then I can bring my awareness to the space above my head, between me and the ceiling. So I'm focused on another point in space. To the right, there's more space. To me, to the left, there's less. So I bring my awareness to part way between me and the furniture that's to my left. And I can also allow myself to become aware of all of the space. Become aware that I'm within this space. There's almost a sense of bathing in space. And then of course there's the space around the building that you're in. The space above it and to either side. The space all around it. And that sense of space, we can allow it to grow. So there's the space above the area that you're in. And if you're in a city, the space above the city. And allow the sense of space to spread in all directions through the atmosphere, beneath the clouds, beneath space. The connection of that space, that oxygen, that atmosphere, spread right around the planet. That's the nature of the atmosphere. And notice your breath. Breathing in, breathing out. Recycling the atmosphere. And all around you, billions upon billions of living beings, all doing the same thing. Every tree, every bird, every human, every animal, every bacteria, every plankton, busily recycling. This blanket of atmosphere. that we're all bathing in, we're all connected through. And we can recite the great metta prayer to help us to recognize this connection, holding all of these living beings in mind. May we be well. May we be happy. May we find peace of mind. May we be well. May we be happy. May we find peace of mind. And keeping in mind all of these beings, wherever they are, all sharing the same natural resources: the sun, the atmosphere, the clouds, the sky, the water, the air, the rain. And bring your attention back to yourself. May I be well. May I be happy. May I find peace of mind. And focusing on the breath again. Noticing the breath rising and falling. Just at the point where the belly meets the chest. Tiny little movement. Belly rising, belly falling. Noticing the progress of the present moment through the movement of the belly. It's like a ticking of a clock. and noticing the progress of time through the sound of the bell. And then gently returning your attention to your surroundings. Okay, right, so that's it for tonight. I seem to have had a unplanned event here in the system I'm using to monitor all of this. I have to get used to this. Okay, so that's it for tonight, and remember to check in and book up if you want to attend any of the meditation classes, and hopefully see some of you over the course of the next week. That will be nice. Catch up. Feel free to ask me any questions that arise. Anything pops up that you feel you need an answer for, just let me know. And have a next few days. Hi Chandrika, good night, nice to have you with us. Thanks Maxine. Thanks Caroline, good. Sleepy is good. Meditation's the only thing that you can do, as I've said, where if your audience falls asleep, you know you're doing all right. Okay, all right, take care.